everyone, welcome to part 5 of my in-depth review of the new Dark Eldar Codex. As always, my name is Jay, and today I will be discussing the fast attack choices, where I think this is really the area in which this codex really shines. The new detachment allows you to take up to 6 fast attack choices, and there are a lot of choices in the fast attacks for the Dark Eldar. We've already covered 2. The 2 dedicated transports, the Raider and the Venom, which I just covered in the last video because they're dedicated transports. You can take them if you want on their own. But there's tons of choices, tons and tons of choices for fast attacks with the Dark Eldar, and that's great because they're fast and they're a fast army. And they can take, as I said, up to 6 choices. And the scary part is the Razorwing jetfighter is in this choice. So now you can take 6 Razorwing jetfighters. And 3 void bombers in a list. That's scary. But we'll discuss that more in a second. So first off, let's discuss Beastmasters. Beastmasters are now 10 points. They used to be 12 points, so 2-point decrease. Basically also, universal across the fast attack choices, everything got cheaper. Pretty much everything got cheaper. Now some things are an artificial cheaper, but I'll discuss that. But across the board, everything got cheaper in fast attack choices, and that's awesome. That's pretty consistent with the other codices of 7th edition. The fast attacks have been getting cheaper and cheaper, and that's great because fast attacks can score, so that's cool. And so we'll go over Beastmasters, as I said. So Beastmasters, Chimeras are 10. They used to be 10, so now they're still 10. No, they used to be 12, so now they're 2 points cheaper as well. Razorwings actually went up. They used to be 15, now they're 20, but they're still pretty good for their points costs. And Clawed Fiend is at 30 points. And yeah, it used to be 40, so it went 10 points cheaper. And they're basically the same stat line as before. I really like the Chimera, because the Chimera, for 10 points, you get 3 attacks, you know, at weapon skill 4 and initiative 6. And he's a demon. So they cause fear, and they have a 5+ invul. So Chimeras, 10 points, awesome choice. I think the best combination will probably be like a combination of them, because Razorwing, you know, they get a lot of attacks, and they're flawed. They have 3 wounds each. They get 4 attacks at initiative 5, and then Clawed Fiends get 4 attacks at initiative 5 as well. But they have 3 wounds as well, and they're not a swarm, so they're not susceptible to the blasts causing extra wounds and stuff. So that's pretty sweet stuff. So yeah, so Beastmasters, if you liked running them in the previous codex, you're gonna like running them in this edition because they're great choices. As I said, probably a combination would be great, but Chimeras, just a horde of Chimeras would be very handy. Maybe throw a couple Razorwing in behind them, and use your Chimeras as shields with their 5+ invul for Overwatch. Because they're only 10 points. You know, it's a really cheap use. So I think they're a good combination, a good use in this army. As I said, I don't really know I haven't thought about what's going to be the best in each one, because a lot of these fast attack choices are going to be really, really good. Up next, another of my favorite choices, Reavers. Reavers are evil Eldar on jetbikes, on Eldar jetbikes. And because they're on Eldar jetbike, they get special rules as well, which we'll discuss in a second. They've gone down in cost. They're now only 16 points. They used to be 22 points. So they've gone down to basically a quarter. More than a quarter, like 27% of their costs. So that's pretty sweet. Same stat line as before, but because they're on jet bikes, they're toughness 4. And that's going to play into effect because they also have power from pain. And now because they're toughness 4, they're not as easily squished. So their feel no pain will not be negated as easily. You know, strength 8 will have to negate their feel no pain. That's pretty awesome because they're on Reaver jetbike, which is an Eldar jetbike. They also get to turbo boost up to 36 inches if they choose to turbo boost. And if they don't turbo boost, they can move 2d6 inches in the assault phase. These guys are going to be highly, highly maneuverable. And they're going to go around the battlefield doing whatever they want, essentially. They're still weapon skill, ballistic skill 4, strength 3, toughness 4, 1 wound, initiative 6, 1 attack. Leadership 8, save 5+. Once again, consistent with the other upgrades to the leaders, it's a 10-point upgrade to make one of them a leader, an arena champion. I recommend it because you get that extra leadership point to 9 and an extra attack. And the other thing that I actually think would be a very good option would be a Heat Lance. Now, Heat Lances are only strength 6, but they have melt up. So if you get really close, you know, they're at 18-inch range, so you just got to get within 9 inches, and these guys are fast, so they'll be able to. Strength 6 plus 2d6, that should wreck, and it's a lance, so it treats everything as 12, so on an average roll of 7, you pen a vehicle. And it's AP 1, so plus 2 to your blowing up chart. I think these guys will do some serious damage. I would definitely think for every 3, you should give a Heat Lance. Only 10 points. 10 points gives you so much anti-vehicle, and also you just run up and melt someone in the face. That's pretty cool. Elite through anything. And you can take up to, you know, 9 additional. You can take up to 12 of them in a squad for 16 points more a model. Another awesome thing is a Grav Talon, which all Hammer Wraths made by model with Grav Talon have the concussive special rule. Now, I don't know if that will necessarily come into effect, because their initiative is 6. So why do you really need to concuss your opponent? I guess if you're jumping against something even faster, but there's very few things that have a real... There's very few things you'd be jumping into that have a stat line that are initiative higher than 6 that you really want to concuss. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that one. And Cluster Caltropes for 15 points give you D6 Hammer Wrath attacks instead of just 1. And these are strength 6 and have the rending special roll. That could do some serious damage to vehicles, to Terminators, to anything. So for 15 points, that's another option. Even for every 3 models, 1 model can take that. So I think the Heat Lance is a great option. And the Cluster Caltropes would be an option. I really don't care about the concussive special rule because you're initiative 6. You know, and they have Skilled Rider, of course. So they have a great Jinx save. They have combat drugs, which even if you get +1 toughness, their toughness 5 would be insane. Hit and run, night vision, power from pain, and I think power from pain is going to really come into effect combined with their plus toughness because they're on bikes. And if you get another toughness, you're in better shape on your combat drugs. Up next, we have Hellions. Hellions are now 15 points a model. 13 points a model. So it's 65 points for 5. They used to be 16 points, so once again, about a quarter drop. Not bad at all. Or sorry, 20% drop, I guess. And they are pretty similar to what they used to be. You know, weapon skill plus skill 4, strength toughness 3, 1 wound, initiative 6, 1 attack, leadership 8, 10-point upgrade to a Heliarch, the upgrade guy, +1 leadership and attacks. They're on they have a Hellglaive and are on a Hellion Skyboard, as is the Beastmaster, by the way, which gives a 5-up armor save. And Splinter Pods, combat drugs, fleet, hit and run, night vision, power from pain. And they can take a Phantasm Grenade Launcher, which is pretty cool. I think I mentioned that. Strength 1, AP minus, Assault 1, Blast, Soul Fright, which is the leadership test. But you can't do it against anything that has They Shall Know No Fear or Fearless, so no Space Marines. And they can replace their Hellglaive with one of the following: Splinter Pistol and Stun Claw, Splinter Pistol and Power Sword, or Splinter Pistol and Agonizer. So, great options there. So if you loved Hellions, once again, I'm going to say this probably a lot in this section. If you loved a model before, you're going to love it just as much now because it got cheaper and it's just as good. So Hellions, you know, you can't make them troops anymore because there's no Baron, unfortunately. So all those people who kitted out their guys with capes, sorry, no more Baron. But Hellions, you know, 6 squads of them would be pretty fun. They cross the board and eat everything to shreds. Kind of cool stuff. I don't think they can deep strike though. No, can't deep strike. But cool stuff nonetheless. I think they're jump infantry. Yeah, they are jump infantry. Up next, now this, I think people are going to be spamming people. Razorwing jetfighter. 130 points, so it went down from 145 to 130, but that's an artificial drop. Because, just like what they did with the Raider and the Ravager, which I'll discuss in the next video, they took away the Dark Lances. Right? And you can replace both disintegrator cannons, because in the previous codex, you got, for 145 points, you got 2 Dark Lances, and you could replace them with disintegrator cannons for free. But now, it's 130 points. Now, this used to be a heavy support choice, but it was moved, I think, properly. I think this is a good idea, to move it to the fast attacks. You lose, but it's a 10-point upgrade to get back those Dark Lances. So really, it's a 5-point drop. It's a 5-point decrease, which is still good. You know, it went down in cost. It's pretty much the same stat line as before. So now, if for 140 points, because the 10-point upgrade, you get 2 Dark Lances, which I highly recommend, 4 Monoscythe missiles, and a twin-linked splinter rifle. It has night vision and supersonic, which those who don't remember, they can flat out must move at least 18 inches and can move up to 36 inches with flat out. You can also replace the twin-linked splinter cannon with a splinter rifle with a splinter cannon. 36-inch range, strength 1, AP minus, salvo 4/6, poison 4+. And you can also replace the Monoscythe missile, which the Monoscythe missile is a one-time use only, strength 6, AP 5, assault 1, large blast, 48-inch range. And you can replace that with a Necrotoxin missile, 48-inch range, strength 1, AP dash, assault 1, flashbang, large blast, one of these only. If you take out some infantry, if you're facing orcs. Or a Shatterfield missile, strength 48-inch range, strength 7, AP dash, assault 1, large blast, shred, one use only. Again, depends on what you're up against. And can take night shields for 15 points, which give stealth. Not bad. So, 130 points. You can take 6 of them. 780 points. So half a tournament list. If you're playing 1,850 points, leaves you 1,000 more points. 6 jet fighters. Wow. That's all I can say. Wow. Up next, we have the Scourges. Dudes with wings. Let's call them dudes with wings. Scourges. Dudes with wings, 10 points. They are, now they're 20 points each, so for 80 points, now they're 16 points, actually, They're jump infantry as well, so for 5 guys, it's 80 points. And they used to be 22, I believe. It was a big points drop. I could be wrong. Let me double check here. But I'm pretty sure it was a huge points drop. Yeah, they used to be 22, and now they're 16. So that's a huge point drop. 6 points each. They're jump infantry. Weapon skill, ballistic skill 4. Strength, toughness 3. 1 wound. Initiative 5. 1 attack. Leadership 8. 10-point upgrade to a Solarite. +1 leadership, and, blah, blah, blah. Repetition. They have a 4+ armor save. They have a Shard Carbine, which is strength 1, AP 5. I mean, of course, knowing strength 1, 18-inch range. Assault 3, poison 4+. Plasma grenades. They have fleet, night vision, power from pain. So, once again, they're pretty much the standard jump infantry for Dark Eldar. It's cool stuff. Once again, if you liked them before, you're going to like them now because they only got cheaper. They're just as useful. And power from pain will make them awesome in the long term. The key is for surviving because they're only toughness 3. In the end, I don't think they're the strongest points costs. Hellions are probably stronger. You can take squads of up to 10. But Razorwing jetfighters are better. And Reavers are amazing. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't think Scourges are the best, but they would make a good fluffy list, and they're still going to be pretty strong. They'll be fast, and you can bring 6 squads in anyway, so that'd be kind of cool. For a cheap, they're pretty cheap. 80 points for a jump infantry squad, not bad at all for what they can do. All right, not bad at all. And that's it. So that's all of the choices today. We've gone through Hellion, Scourges, Beastmasters, Reavers, Razorwing, Beastmasters, come here. Yep, that's it. So that's all the fast attack choices, minus the 2 dedicated transports. So overall, everything got cheaper, other than the flocks got 5 points more expensive, And Beastmasters are cool. I think any of them could make a competitive list. I really do. Feel, to me, the thing that cries spammy evilness in a tournament is going to be 6 jet fighters? 6 jet fighters, plus 3 void bombers, or ravagers. And you give all your jet fighters Dark Lances. So turn 2. 4 jets come on with Dark Lances and just annihilate your opponent. And I think this would actually be a strong suggestion if you want to go the engine route, which I'll talk about the engines in the next video because they're heavy support. But if you want to use engines and you don't want to use ravagers, I think Razorwing jet fighters are going to be unbelievably cruel to your opponent because you have 2 Dark Lances per. So you're only losing a Dark Lance, right? Because that's 12 Dark Lances on 6 of them. And yeah. That's just cries scariness to me. You know, me playing Walker Orcs, or any army for that matter, will be just like, what? Now, this is a list, though. If you bring 6 jetfighters, you are asking your friends to not be friends with you anymore. Just remember that, people. Scourges, not bad. I don't think they're the best choices right now. The ones, obviously, jetfighter and Reavers, to me. Reavers with a heat lance are going to be just sickening scary. If somebody brought 6 squads of 12 Reavers, that would take up almost all your army. But still, that'd be scary. Really, really scary. Highly maneuverable. You'll never catch them, and they'll just run around the battlefield melting everything in their face. You know? These guys, now that I'm reading through the fast attacks, I think this really does tilt it in the favor of bringing that detachment. You lose, objective secured. And really the benefits you get of bringing the other detachment, other than the 6 fast attacks, really isn't, you know, I don't know. But besides that, as I said, everything got cheaper. Everything is just as good, if not better, than before. And I really feel that power from pain, combined with a lot of factors like Reavers having power from pain, toughness 4, the Feel No Pain is going to be amazing. They're a skilled rider, so better Jinx save and Feel No Pain. It's going to be hard to take them down. They'll have to Snapfire their, you know, Heat Lance, but still, solid choices. I really like this codex thus far. I am a little saddened that they didn't get a Lord of War, to be honest. But I think it's a solid codex. I really do. I think they got some love that they deserve. So those are my thoughts on the fast attacks. So I really hope you enjoyed this. Leave a comment in the comment section down below if you want to add anything to this. And also, people, I'm going to mention this once per video, check out my buddy Scaredcast. S-K-A-R-E-D-C-A-S-T. He is a great Dark Eldar player. And if you want to check out if you love Dark Eldar, check out his vids. You're going to love his vids because he plays Dark Eldar. A lot, people. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next one where I will cover the heavy support, the formation, and probably give my final thoughts because there's no Lord of War. So I think I like this codex. Yes. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, this is Jay saying, happy painting.